Welcome back to the Pink Floyd Collectors YouTube channel. So I thought I'd carry on with my ticket collection. We're up to 1989, still on book one in my personal collection. It starts with a date I actually attended. This was a Wurtcher in Belgium on the 13th of May. This kicked off what was known as another Lapse tour. In 1987 and 1988, there was Pink Floyd A Momentary Lapse of Reason tour. And then in 1989, we had the Another Lapse tour. Beginning in Belgium. Quite a nice ticket. Actually, this is quite miscoloured, this one. It was actually this colour, green, as you can see from the rear. But I had it in a frame, probably from the age of early 20s to certainly late 20s. And you can see that it's gone a kind of beigey colour. I actually went to this with an organised tour with Brain Damage magazine, which was like a Pink Floyd fanzine. There was also Tap, The Amazing Pudding. So two different ones that were operating in the UK at the time. But they arranged for, I think it was 4 coaches to go over for this back in 1989. So I signed up. It was really cheap as well, considering you got a concert ticket and the travel to Belgium. And as you can see, this came out to be a really early ticket, 00016. So, yeah, purely by chance. But yeah, great show. And actually, 1989, because it was a European tour, it did yield some quite attractive tickets. This is quite a nice one. A week later, on the 20th of May in Monza. As you can see, quite unique in the fact that it's used almost a spectrum design there. Embossed number. So this one's, according to this, 350,000. Obviously, the gig wasn't that big. Then a Swedish ticket. So this was the 14th of June, 1989. An arena that I've been to. I didn't attend this show, but I have since been to the Globe and Arena in Stockholm. So 3 different tickets, all very differently unique in their own way. Then we get to some really nice tickets, I think, and this is just a mark of, I think these are all Mama produced. They always seem to enjoy cutting out a ticket and just the overall design, obviously using the bed on the beach as a focal point. So all 4 of these, very similar, all German, I think, or certainly Austria maybe. No, all German these are. I think some of the Austrian ones are the same. Linz is Austria. Yeah, so okay. So yeah, 3 German and 1 Austrian. But just beautiful tickets. Really nice. And the Mama concerts up there. If you remember the previous one, whereabouts I showed you the wall tickets, equally as good. We then go over to, again, some beautiful tickets. And this is from another venue that I've been to, although did I attend it in 89? I don't think so. Oh, I did. Yeah, I did attend one of these. I actually attended this one, so the 1st of July. But what I like particularly about these tickets is that they're reflective. It contains quite a nice advert there on the back. I'm not too sure how much that comes through, but the material they've used is quite reflective. I think from memory, Pink Floyd played 4 shows. I've only got the 2 tickets here. But this was a fantastic venue that had just been opened in Paris at the time. It's all made out of glass and grass. The slopes are grass, and then all this is glass at the top. I did see Roger Waters there as well later on in 2002. Then some London tickets. I think, oh yeah, I went 5 times. I think there was 6 shows. I think I did miss a couple of these from memory. Quite a boring ticket, going back to more the printed design. The interesting thing about these is that the London Arena was very short-lived. I think it had a lifespan of 12 years or something. It's since been replaced by apartments. It's in quite a up-and-coming, expensive part of London now, the Isle of Dogs. Another interesting thing about these shows was that on the Sunday, a show I attended, it was a 4 o'clock start. I seem to remember that it was also dedicated to charity, this one, Nordorf Robbins or Greenpeace, but all the tickets sold went to that charity. And it was quite weird to go to a concert that started at 4 o'clock. As you can see, typically it was well, it says 7:30 on the ticket, but by the time the concert started, it was probably more 8:30. But this was more 5 o'clock. Those of you who went to this venue will know that it was a pain in the arse to get to. There was no rail out to that part of London at the time. So you could get so far, then you'd have to get put on coach to reach the venue. And then we've got probably my biggest ticket in my collection. I guess by going by the size of my hand, you can appreciate how big this is. It's absolutely huge. It is unripped. It's an unused one. And I think, again, going from memory, I think this is Swiss. Yeah, this is a city in Switzerland called Lausanne. And this was an open air concert. So one of the bigger venues they played in 1989. But again, it's got that kind of embossed feeling. The Pink Floyd writing there. Embossed that side, so it just sticks out this side, slightly raised, unlike an overlaps reason that's just flat. But a nice image, obviously, from a momentary lapse of reason cover, and just unique in its size. So it gets a whole page dedicated to itself, that one. Then we have this one, a Mojo concert, and here it actually says another lapse, as I recalled from the beginning. And I think from memory, this is Dutch. So this is a place called Nijmegen, or excuse my pronunciation. I'm sure someone will correct me. But yeah, I'm pretty sure from memory, this was in the Netherlands. But I didn't attend it. This is just a ticket I picked up for the collection. And then back over to France for Marseille. Quite a flimsy ticket, this one, but again, at least it's got some imagery. You can certainly see where it's from, and they're actually promoting Delicat Sad of Thunder. Interesting. A couple of E's missing there, maybe an N. And again, you can see Pink Floyd embossed on the top. Just makes it feel nice in the hand. So that was the end of '89, and then of course Pink Floyd came back in 1990 to perform a one-off show as part of the Networth concert. Again, a charity event this was. It was their only concert date in 1990. I did attend this one. I'm not even too sure now which one of these is mine. I just know it's probably the most discoloured one, because I just remember with this, you could buy the tickets in something like January. They sent them to you, and then I put it up on my fridge, and I would just look at it for 6 months, you know, just really looking forward to the gig. Obviously knowing that Pink Floyd were going to attend, and they had other artists there as well. Paul McCartney was there, some quite big headliners. Then quite a big jump to 1994. So obviously Pink Floyd returned. And unfortunately, it's North America, so you can see that a lot of these are computer printed tickets. So I think this might be the opening date at Joe Robbie Stadium, March the 30th, 1994. Can almost tell that it got a bit wet that day. Quite a renowned show for it raining hard. Unfortunately, there's not much you can say about these concert tickets. They're kind of a bit boring, a bit standard. The only exception to that is this one. I don't know if you can see this, but this is, you can't even bend this. It's actually a lump of cardboard. You can see the perforations, but there's no way they're being taken off. Now, I have been told that not all tickets for the Texas Stadium were like this. So this is probably something to do with the Crown Suite. Maybe it was just that particular location where you got this ticket. But yeah, nice that it's unique, but nothing on the back. Continuing in 94 and continuing the vein of computer printed tickets, we've got Legion Field in Birmingham. That's Alabama from memory. Tampa Stadium, again Tampa Stadium. So the 5th, 6th, Death Valley, Louisiana Superdome, Foxborough Stadium. So obviously the 94 tour was all huge stadiums. The show was built to show to a large crowd. Couple of different tickets, but different colours. Just demonstrating the different provider, I guess. This was Foxborough Stadium. And you can see that vein continues on all these ones as well in 94. Yankee Stadium, obviously the baseball ground. And more here. And then I can see the last one almost sticks out. This was a German ticket, it looks like. And you could almost tell straight away it looks a little bit different. And of course the European tour was sponsored by Volkswagen. So that makes its first appearance onto the ticket here. And it actually says this is a computer ticket. So even though it's a German ticket, it's not as attractive as they can be. And then we get to some nicer designs. And you'll see this design a lot for the 94 tours. So this is the Chateau de Chantilly. A big open ground, almost like a castle or a palace in Chantilly, where Pink Floyd set up a stage. But this kind of design, you'll recognise this from the Shine On box set. It does get repeated quite often in different colours as well. Another one here for Munich in Germany. And as you can see at the time, it probably depended where you got these from. But again, there are still computer tickets coming up as well. And you can see on these, Volkswagen are the sponsor. And there, that kind of purpley blue, although there is a light blue version of this. Then we go to the green. So this is Hanover in Germany. Flugwelt Wiener Neustadt, I think that's in Austria. But same design ticket. Just some compliance rules on the back. And then back to that purpley design for the Berlin gig. And then one of the computer tickets here again, which all look the same by the looks of it. And you can see it's using the older German currency, Deutschmark 70. But I like these tickets for a lot of reasons. One, that they keep reappearing, and if they did the same venue each night, it would be different. And I don't know whether you can see that if you hold it up to the light. This is on reflective paper, this part here. Anything's better than a computer printed ticket. And then the last three in this book, and I'll stop there and then I'll carry on next time. So we get the red version making its debut. And this is Park Stadion in Gelsenkirchen. So sounding very German. And unlike some, sometimes this has a third perforation down here, I guess at different points. But this one doesn't. This has quite a large perforation point to take off, but it's actually complete. And quite a low number here as well, 148. And again, it's got that nice reflective edge here. And where are we up to? That's the 23rd of August. And the same date here. So it should be the similar ticket. The only thing different here is whereabouts within the stadium you are. So you can see this is the Innenraum. So this basically says in a place, standing place. And this would have been within a seat somewhere. And then actually this is quite interesting. So this is, again, another ticket from the same show. But so this is quite unique. Normally they changed colour when there was multiple shows at the same venue, but here you can see it's the same date, Hanover, same date, 23rd, but a different colour ticket. That's quite interesting. I'm pretty sure that's the only venue that I know that did that. Normally, like I say, it would be that there was a series of concerts at the same place. But anyway, that closes out book one. I will, of course, carry on, and that'll be still 1994. Please do carry on with the feedback. If you need anything from me, let me know. Please do like the video, subscribe to our channel. That helps with YouTube's algorithms. It just means it gets out to more people who might be interested in this kind of content. But appreciate you watching.